Okay.
Are we live?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think there's a countdown this time.
Yeah, it says, oh no, it says live in, oh wait, no, it is live. There's 4 people watching. Hi, everyone. Should we like wait a few seconds to let people jump on?
Yeah. Oh, we can read in the meantime.
Oh yeah.
I think
At this point, 100%. At this point, we should know what we're doing. We should.
Hi, Yusuf. I'm just reading out whoever says hi to us in the chat.
We're just gonna wait for everyone to gather, get situated.
Oh my god, I feel like a teacher. We'll wait till like 31 and then start.
Sounds good to me.
Sup, OG Bavarian? Hi.
I swear to God, I retweeted that.
Have you guys even watched the like? Are you on Periscope?
Pardon?
I'm trying to read the comments. I don't know where you guys voted.
Oh, you see it on StreamYard. Okay, I guess we can begin.
Comment section, like if you see comments and then you see private chat, so it's both. You guys are live.
Oh yeah,
we're just waiting for people together.
People. Thank you, though.
Oh, we know. Thanks. Appreciate it.
But we should begin. Okay, everyone. Hello, and thank you for joining us for another pregame show with Dishes and Dimes, brought to you by Basketball News. As you all know, and it says on your screens, my name is Sidra. That's Noor and Sandy. How are you two doing today?
Graced by your presence, Sidra. What's this? Like your 5th time in a row?
No, like 2nd.
I know. But okay, well, like factoring in the podcast, you did 2 podcasts, right? Or 2?
No, just 1.
Okay, just 1.
Yeah, I did 1.
So this is like your 4th in a row now, right?
No, I don't know. I'm not good at math. That's why I went to law school.
You did them. You should. You should know which ones. But if everyone's listening, just buy your lottery tickets. Anytime you see Sidra, that's a good sign. Or maybe it's not, because we've been losing too. So Sidra,
yeah, it's my fault.
What are you doing?
But yeah, there's I guess we should talk about the elephant in the room. There have been some protests at the US Capitol. And we've seen a lot of Trump supporters and right-wing white supremacists honestly bombard the US Capitol with their guns and Second Amendment right, because they just don't believe that the election is valid, if that's the word. And I just think, for me, it's just like, I'm not shocked that this is happening, but I'm still surprised that this is taking place. How are you two feeling about what we saw?
Kelsey said, and they're fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a Dunkin' Donuts in the Capitol building, according to Kelsey, which is like the most capitalist shit I've ever seen in my life.
Bingo card. So
yeah, how are you two feeling about what you saw today?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they knew this was going to happen, because they've been talking, like the conservatives have been talking about this for a while, and they literally did not prepare. And I just want to point out that if Black Lives Matter protesters stepped foot on the stairs of Capitol Hill, bullets would have been popping off.
Yeah, okay. The National Guard would have been deployed.
The fact that the National Guard was not deployed speaks volumes, right? So it's interesting. I shouldn't have laughed, because this is not funny, but being 1, African, and 2, a Black person, I just found it funny. It's like Americans are acting like this is just crazy. This is not America. It is, sis.
Yeah.
It's America. Like,
and you saw the difference between the Black Lives Matter protests in the summer and the George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Jacob Blake protests, and how Black people and those that supported them were treated, versus here it was just like, I think Yasmin actually said that it was just like a tour for them. They were just allowed in. They're allowed to do whatever they want. They're allowed to look around. They're allowed to shoot inside the Capitol.
They're allowed to steal things. And remember when Trump said, when the looting starts, the shooting starts? Where was the shooting? I just want to...
But the police officers were actually taking pictures with the protesters. And I saw that video and I was just like, I'm not surprised, but I'm still disgusted. Like, people are protesting Black people getting murdered by the state. And that's a problem to you. But if an election happens,
potential
and you don't like the results,
right?
This is the precedent you're gonna set.
Right. So you can attempt a coup.
Yeah.
And only 15 people get arrested. One woman gets shot because she decided to go there and act up and got shot and died. And they're comparing it to, they're saying say her name as if it's comparable to unarmed Black people dying. And I'm just like,
Bland or Breonna Taylor, that's not anything.
You went to Capitol Hill to attempt a coup and got shot, sis.
Yeah.
That was your doing. Yeah. Rest in peace or whatever. So, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to point out what NBA players said about it too. And I know we all talked about this, but I just want to read some. Malcolm Miller called it what it is, and he called it domestic terrorism. He tweeted out, Grant Williams said, what's going on right now in America that we live is disgusting. The fact that the story will be told in our history is something that isn't shocking, but something that should never happen again. We must be better. I pray for safety for all those in threat by the terrorists today. And Isaiah Thomas, our heads would have been blown off already. This is crazy. No lies.
That's the craziest part, right? Like the double standards. And when it comes to life, a double standard, that's mental. That doesn't make any sense. How are they able to just stroll in like it's the Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and everyone's just able to be like, yeah, no problem. Go have a tour. No worries. We'll just let you, touch our stuff, have a seat at the table, check out the desks, call the security, place some orders if you want to. But if anyone else in the summer, we saw what happened in the summer. Like this is just insane. And people were talking about the summer being like, oh, the people are outside, they're protesting, there's a pandemic. How this is like so much worse. They're inside a building, like taking
the capital of the United States, the US Capitol. And they're like, sure, just walk on in. No, I'm going to lock down for you. So stupid.
There's people who are at the Capitol who are having to let people know that they are safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then apparently this is not a factor for the police to step into. Even though people have to let people know that they are safe. Yeah. This is not a matter for police.
Yeah.
People are there with guns, but it's not a matter of police. But I did see this tweet that made me laugh, but sadly, and it's a lot of sense to it too. It was something like, stop asking where the police is. They're not going to arrest them. Do you ever ask where Miley is when Hannah Montana is on stage?
They're the same person.
Same person.
If you haven't seen Hannah Montana, she's Miley Cyrus.
If you haven't, don't worry about the joke.
Yeah.
Let it go. Yeah.
No, I mean, and I also want to talk about why this is so important for us, not only because the Raptors are in Florida and so many of them are American players. I'm laughing at Kelsey's comment. But so many of them are American players, but what happens in America, they kind of force that to happen everywhere else. What happened in America affects the Middle East, affects Africa, South Asia, affects Canada. And we saw that today too, where Vancouver and Toronto, there's Trump supporting protests, which get a personality. Do you have anything else besides being a Trump supporter in Canada? You're in the wrong country.
How much time do you have on your hands?
Yeah.
What do you do with your life? This is what you resort to? Other countries' politics?
US is an empire. No, but it's just so stupid. I was just why are you protesting in Vancouver and Canada? Trump is not going to be your prime minister.
It doesn't make it about Trump, right? It's more about what they think Trump stands for.
It's about white supremacy at the end of the day. And we all know that white supremacy is rampant in Canada. And I hate when this Canadian exceptionalism comes to like, oh, at least we're not America. Don't compare yourself to a dumpster fire. Compare yourself to a good country who got their shit together, who takes care of their people instead of America. Be better. Put yourself to a higher standard.
New Zealand would be something good to compare yourself to. If you're here, like, let me check out this country with no healthcare, no nothing, guns ablazing on the streets, people storming the Capitol. That's what we like.
Yeah.
Insane. America is so funny. Like, it's just, how is it real? And they call themselves a superpower. And if you try to tell any American that, like, okay, your country needs help, they still can't swallow that fact.
Yeah, no.
That we need help.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, what we saw today was really tough. And I mean, we can sit around and talk about it, but there are real people who are going to get affected by this. And there are NBA players who really understand how important their platform is and what they do is important. And WNBA players. But I do want to talk about Shams actually tweeted a statement by the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat players, which said that they play with amongst other things, they said that they play with a heavy heart after yesterday's decision in Kenosha, and knowing that protesters in our nation's capital are treated differently by political leaders depending on what side of certain issues they're on. They said that they've decided to play tonight's game to try to bring joy into people's lives, and they ended off with hashtag Black Lives Matter. So, I mean, I'm going to support them in whatever they do. It's really tough to know that they have this this platform, and they try their best to use it in the right way. And I don't think there's a right or wrong thing of what they can do. But it was really good for me to like see them put out a statement, to know that they're watching, that they know what's happening, and they care.
Yeah, the NBA has been very good with that. I think with all the movements that's been happening, they've been very outspoken on the right side of history, making sure that they're using their platform for good and really raising the conversation where it needs to go. And that's why I'm happy to be a part of this league and happy to support this league. And like they said, this is something, of course, it affects them more than anyone else, right? Like, look at what they're going through, a pandemic, and then having to play away from family, away from their comfort level in the middle of a pandemic, global pandemic, and then now a civil war in their own country. It's just like, it's so demotivating and so demoralizing. But for them to be able to look at the big picture and just think that this is what the country needs, this is what people need, it's mind blowing. And I even wonder, Washington's playing tonight, right?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Are they currently
They're playing the Sixers, I believe. Let me just double check.
Yeah, they're playing Philly. I think they're playing in Philadelphia.
Yeah, they've already started. It's the third quarter.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I hope they're safe.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is a good conversation to have when it comes to how much stress the NBA players, as well as the Raptors players specifically, are under. Like, they're in a brand new environment. They're still seeing police brutality and murder. They're taken away from their families. They're in the middle of a pandemic. This is tough. So I think for me, when I'm watching the game, yeah, it sucks. It sucks that we're losing. It sucks that like shit's not clicking right now. But I think I forget to humanize them. And that's like, of course, a flaw on my part, where they're people, yeah, they get paid a lot and they're expected to do this job, but they're really going through something. They're living through history. And that's something we need to remember for sure.
100%. I think if you're going to talk about the Raptors, there's just so many factors that contribute to what's going on with them right now, that any kind of, I don't know, like bad omen towards them or any kind of negativity that you're spewing out is not validated or justified, because they're just playing through so many obstacles that they shouldn't have to be playing through. And they're playing through obstacles that no other team has to play through either. They don't have home fans in their audience booing them when they go to the free throw line. They don't have people showing up in Celtics jerseys or, making them feel like shit. They don't have to do anything like that. It's everyone else's. Yes, they're also isolated. They're also in a bubble, but for them, it's a little bit more homey. Whereas for the Raptors, they're literally not in Toronto. They're in a whole different country. That shouldn't be a big factor, but it is, because it's about mental health. It's about what they've already gone through this year, what they still have to go through this year. And this kind of, I don't know, of course that we love Tumen. I love Tumen. It sucks to see us lose. And I obviously, like, I'm going to talk shit too if we lose, but at the same time,
the River Streets have been fire lately for anybody that hasn't seen.
Fire.
Also, Sandy,
honestly,
what was that thing you said about Norm?
Rusty.
Rusty, calm down.
Calm down.
He's not Rusty, calm down. That was literally last pod.
Yeah, literally wasn't us arguing about Norm.
Yeah, now I feel bad because
No, Sandy, you have a point. They're there to do their job.
Yeah. Right. No, but here's the thing. Like, very valid. Ignore what you said. We consider it. We have to humanize them and recognize that beyond the game, they are human beings going through things, dealing with the pandemic like we are. And as a team, they've lost a lot of players, probably players that helped them, get into the game, help them with their confidence. So they've lost 2 great players, veteran players. The chemistry is off. And then we have someone like Pascal who's still trying to figure himself out after a bad showing in the bubble. And who knows that the pressure is on him now that we aren't going to get Giannis, right? So all of these things are kind of accumulating, and we have to be willing to give them a little bit of grace.
Yeah, Angie makes a great point. I just put her tweet up, but she said, I really liked when Fred said what Fred said about being concerned about his brothers and other players' mental health. They were kind of hinting at the fact that it's been really tough for them.
Yeah.
That there's something happening. And then I think it was Kate who put out that video of the tunnel where they all do their tunnel chant, and it was just like no joy, no happiness on their faces. It was wild. I was just like, this is sad. This is sad.
This is not a team that we're in love with, and it's gonna maybe take some time to get there. And if they don't get there, you know what? It's okay, right? Like what I want for the team is just continuing to develop. I want OG to develop. I want Pascal to get back to who he was prior to the bubble. Fred is doing amazing. I just want
people are gonna hate this. We're like, we just want our little caterpillars to
fly. But under the circumstances, I feel like if we get anything else, if we get more than that, it's an added bonus, right?
100%.
And hopefully in a couple of months, towards the end of the season, they'll be able to come home. They'll be able to experience their fans again. We can give them that final push, hopefully going into the playoffs. There. And
unless Doug Ford fucks it up somehow, which he will, but
you leave it to him to do it, he will.
So I don't know. I just feel like it's a lesson for me to learn too, because I am very quick to be like, yeah, fuck this shit. I'm not watching it. This is bullshit. But
I think it's normal,
which is fair though. Yeah, that's so fair, Sandy. It's like you're watching a basketball game, you're noticing the players, and you're like, this is your job. You're right. Be better. But then we just gotta humanize. I think we forget to do that. I forget to do it all the time. I literally tweeted out something about Kawhi Leonard being a bitch, and I was like, "Oh, yeah." I looked back at it the next day. I was like, "Oh."
I go back and I ask for forgiveness for my sins. I'm like, please don't give me karma. But like it's what was I gonna say? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, go ahead.
I think. Sorry, go ahead, Sandy.
It just makes me hate the Clippers even more. Like because.
I hate the Clippers.
Know that they're coming for Lowry, and that.
Haven't we seen enough today?
I'm just.
Why are you putting this shit on the universe?
They're not coming.
It's all Kawhi's fault. It's like I hate both of them. Like, why couldn't you just love us? Like, why?
Yeah, literally. Also, Masai, why haven't you resigned? Like, give us something. We're going through shit. Something, bro. Give me something.
I'm so stressed. Like, I'm just waiting for that word tweet.
I'm breaking out everywhere. I'm like, Masai, this is all your fault. Bobby, this is all your fault. My skin's taking a hit. Like, let me know if you want to stay. If you don't want to stay, what my plans are for the next 2 years. Should I support Raptors? Should I not support Raptors?
You have to go back to being a Pistons fan. Like, no, thank you.
No, I'm so used to luxury. I don't want poverty. I'm sorry.
I know.
Angie has the best comments. She said, "No way, Masai is leaving now. We are in shambles."
I said the same thing. I was like, I think the Raptors are like, you know what? Masai might want to leave. He thinks he's done his job here. He thinks he's all that now. He wants to go somewhere else. So let's just.
He is all that. So.
He is all that. And he 100% is all that. But they're like, we want to make him still. Let's just be shit. Let's just not make our shots. And that's the one thing with the Raptors too. I think the reason why. Who the hell said Masai is gone? Do you want to fight, Giovasta?
This energy. We've had enough today, okay?
Drop your ratty, bro.
It is. Drop your ad. Still.
After
I'm ready to fight today.
He did drop his ad. It's right there.
Addie.
Oh, address.
I'm the second the lockdown's over. Small on my to-do list.
I think we should also talk about the WNBA players and how they are literal superheroes. Every single opportunity they have a chance to show up for a social justice movement. Not only do they show up, but they lead the charge. So do you guys want to talk about that a little bit and how awesome the Atlanta Dream are?
They always have been. Every single thing that the women do, it's just they bring so much attention to what they want to get accomplished, and to do it the right way. You know, it's not just words on the back of a jersey. It's actually creating a dialogue. It's actually taking that conversation, guiding it somewhere. And they literally did something with it. They got McConnell out. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah. So there was like Kelly, I forgot her name.
Yeah,
Kelly Loeffler. I think that's her name. I don't want to give her name too much emphasis because I feel like she's the type of person that would pronounce my name wrong and be like, "Oh, sorry, I'll just, I'll be better next time." Anyway, so she condemned the Black Lives Matter protests in the summer. So first and foremost, she's a piece of shit. And secondly, the Atlanta Dream basically said, all right, they took it. And she is the owner of the Atlanta Dream. They started campaigning for her opposition, which was Reverend Warnock. So before they supported him and started campaigning for him, he was polling at below 10%. And now he is the first Black senator from Georgia. Like, the importance of the WNBA and how they are at the forefront of every movement is just often so overlooked. It's just exhausting. I can't imagine what it's like to be them and to only really get acknowledged when they are doing something political in the grand scheme of things as well.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Very valid.
They deserve so much more recognition. Sorry, Sandy, go ahead.
I was just going to say really quickly, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but the Pacers are really good.
The what, sorry?
The Pacers are really good.
The Pacers?
Yeah.
I went from the WNBA to the Pacers are really good.
Like, trying to
what happened?
Did you pop something, Sandy?
No, I just saw a tweet.
What are you drinking? Show me your drink.
I just saw something on Twitter, and let me find the tweet. But the person's like, "Oh, I think the Pacers might have top 10 in offense and defense," and Nate's there as the coach. So I just wanted to put that out into the universe.
This is kind of stressing me out, Sandy. the Pacers. Screw the Pacers. Oh, what we really should be talking about, since we have 6 minutes left. This is a pre-game show, right?
This is a fever dream. I swear to God.
So we have a Phoenix Suns and Toronto Raptors game starting in literally 6 minutes. So what are your thoughts? What are you guys excited about? What are you guys scared about? What are you feeling?
Oh, and Kyle Lowry. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I think Adam Silver.
Fun.
Wow.
Yeah. Fun. It's fun. The refs are going to have the worst time. We're going to have a good time. Yeah. But I think Adam Silver needs to put more Kyle Lowry versus CP3 out there. Like, once or twice a year is not enough for me. Those are my main boys, and I see them on the floor constantly. And just to see them both go off, like, I think they're twins separated at birth. Kyle has just accomplished more than Chris Paul has. Sorry, Chris Paul. But I think that and I keep, you know, I'm going to go by that conversation. I think Kyle Lowry might be better, but it's Chris Paul. Chris Paul's legendary. He's the best PG probably in the league right now. And it's just, he's just seeing them both go against each other, and both of them have such surreal basketball IQ and court IQ that, you know, just watching them try to play, everyone else is playing checkers while Chris Paul and Kyle Lowry are playing chess on the court. And it's just it's beautiful. As a chess watcher, chess player, Queen's Gambit worshiper, it's beautiful. I love it. I can't wait. 5 more minutes.
Sandy, how are you feeling?
You know, if we had a center that could catch, you know, lobs, that would be great. But, you know, we're going to have Alex Len and Aaron Baines. So,
yeah, get your shit together, Aaron Baines.
Coach.
Look,
Be honest.
Devin
be
Booker,
honest, Andy. Don't hold back. Be honest. We're all about the honesty here.
I just feel like we might get disrespected. They're 5-1.
Yeah, they're really good this year.
5-1, I think they're 5-1 so far on the season. And our chemistry is for naught.
Yeah.
No.
It's like what, the 7th game of this? I keep making an excuse every single game. I'm like, oh, it's just the 6th game of the season. Oh, it's just the 7th game. We'll be fine. It'll click. Don't worry about it. But I mean, it's gonna be a scrappy game for sure. Like Chris Paul and Kyle Lowry, they are both very scrappy. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be entertaining.
I don't think we necessarily win, to be honest. I don't think how many games we really win the next 10 games. I think they're going to really take a while to get there. And to your point, Sid, I also think, Chris is for sure going to foul Norm out. Or, Norm's out. Norm's out in the first half, probably. I'm
wearing a Norm shirt today to try to give him good luck. Come on, Norm. This is for you. Also, Black Lives Matter. So
let's go, Norm.
Understand the grind.
But I do think something else is happening behind the scenes too. Like, I think there's some tension, there's some drama.
Yep.
Again,
Absolutely.
We're not going to know about it the way that it has been the past few years. You never know about what's happening. But I really think there's something happening beyond just the basketball play that's affecting these guys, because it doesn't make any sense for all of them to be struggling right now. Like, only people that you can really count on are legit Kyle and Fred. That's it.
Yeah,
that's literally it. That's all you can put on the court, and everyone else is just literally like almost.
Pascal didn't have that bad of a game last game.
He
wasn't
didn't
that bad. He had 22 points. What was he? 2 or 5 from the 3. Like he's just taking some time, but he's only been playing basketball for what, 8-9 years now. Like it'll click. I believe. Okay, it's gonna click eventually. It has to. I'm stressed.
I don't know if it's gonna click, to be honest. Like,
don't put that energy out in the universe.
No, I know. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be very.
It's not gonna click. Nor said it's not clicking.
But I don't know. I think there's just a lot. I don't know. I think people might think they're about to get traded. You know, like there's just.
So they're playing like crap so they can stay in the Raptors. So nobody wants.
Or
them?
they just, I don't know, out of I don't know, bitterness. I have no idea, but it's been crazy to see what's happening, because it's not the Raptors that I know. But the thing about how they play as well, too, also, is that you can see them winning a game. You know that they can win the game, but they just play uncharacteristically afterwards. And
think about the first half in the Celtics.
Yeah,
game.
literally.
We were all shocked. The entire timeline was like, "What is happening? Are we playing basketball?
Raptors are back. Finals bell. Let's go. Fuck the Celtics." And then legit, it's like lottery team. Masai's leaving. Kyle's leaving. Everyone's out. This is supposed to be a positive space. Happy thoughts. Okay, sorry, retro easy. You want my?
This is also an honest space, so I'm a little scared. I'm a little sad.
Who told you this was a positive space?
Positive space. We spent the entire
When did we ever see that?
Calm down.
Okay, but honestly, the positive space, we just spent the last half hour talking about how white supremacy is still rampant and people getting murdered for it. This isn't a positive space. This is an honest space. Okay, I'll calm down.
2021 2.0. 2020 2.0. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, we're a minute away from the game. And I bet no one's even watching.
Go Raptors. Let's go Raptors.
I missed that part. My
Yeah,
bad.
Sandy. Hell yeah. Subscribe to Kelsey's OnlyFans.
Yeah, subscribe to Kelsey's OnlyFans if you like titties.
Support women. Okay?
Support women.
I love it. You should
No,
have take her at the bottom, just her ad running around.
Weird. Why are you trying to get your basketball news from dudes? You could see titty and get your basketball analysis.
Literally. What's better than that?
She might have done something. Honestly, she
She
might
did
have
it.
done something.
Ew.
She knows what she's doing. She's all about that friend family bag. She's about betting on herself, but she might have done something. Keep following in the footsteps. All
right, guys. Well, it's 9:00. I'll see you all on the timeline. Once again, thank you all for joining us. This has been another episode of the pregame live show with Decision Dimes, brought to you by Basketball News. Fuck white supremacy. See you guys later. We love you all. Thank you. Bye.
Go Raptors.